and the advance decline ratio is well in favor of the advances. As we were telling you earlier, big moves coming in on the NBFCs. Bajaj Finance, Finserv looking good. ONGC is your biggest Nifty gainer, up about 2% odd. Okay, it has Bajaj Finserv for company. So both those stocks up 2%. Titan is up about 0.5%. HDFC Bank, IndusInd Bank are also looking pretty good. SBI Life is up in the green right now. And BPCL, UPL, Power Grid, ITC are a couple of other stocks that are batting for the bulls this morning. On the downside, Hindalco is down 1.5%. Nigel was telling us about that. HCL Tech is down about 1.5% as well. In fact, all your IT names are on the back foot this morning. TCS, Infosys coming out with numbers as well in just a week from now. So keep an eye out on that. The consumption names are not doing too well either. HUL, Asian Paints are in the red. Britannia is in the red this morning. Cement is taking a bit of a backseat. Ultratech Cement, Grasim under a bit of pressure right now. And Eicher Motors also just, cooling its heels a bit. Now the mid-cap index has actually moved into the red. So it's not as good an opening as perhaps one would have expected. KPIT Tech was really the stock of the moment on Monday. And today as well, KPIT Tech is down an additional 5.5%. So a lot of, trimming of positions coming in over there. But what else are you noticing?
Well, so a couple of stocks in there. Bharat Forge, that's one of the big losers actually from the F&O basket. The North America Class A trucks, they came in down by close to 10% on a year-on-year basis and down by around 17% on a month-on-month basis. So that's down close to around 1.5%. NBCC, they've been winning orders, for the last month or so. And that stock continues its strength. It's up close to around 3%. Marico, well, they've seen a continued, improvement and gradual recovery from their quarterly update. The India volume growth in mid-single-digit zone, so that's pretty okay. That's up close to around 0.5% odd. From the broader markets, Poonawalla FinCorp that Sonia mentioned, well, that's doing well. And MMFSL, well, both those two stocks are up and about in today's trading session. You have Bajaj Finance, well, the assets under management are around 2.47 lakh crore. The street likes it. And Oil India and ONGC, the windfall tax on crude is cut to nil for the first time in 9 months. CLSA, they have buy calls on both those two stocks, ONGC as well as Oil India. Both of them higher. It's safe to say, well, it's a flattish to a mildly positive start. The Nifty has moved up, actually. We're at around 17,450 odd. Prashant, what else?
44 points now. So this is a decent kind of screen that we have on right now. Well, just a few other names. Maybe we can look at KPIT. I think we did mention it. KPIT is down. It was down sharply, very sharply. It hit a low of 741 and it's recovered 50 bucks, 55 rupees from there today. And of course, this is after the massive move that we had on Monday. KPIT, it's a red bar, which means that it's basically recovered after the open. Open was 770, low was 741. And the stock now at 782. So it's a very large move already on that particular name. Market breadth, by the way, it's too early, but for what it's worth, almost 5:1 in favor of advances. So that's pretty healthy. We can maybe put up KEI Industries, stocks up about 3.5%. Stocks at about 1758. Chennai Petro is up 3%. MRPL is up 3.5%. The standalone refiners are reacting with decent sized moves. Very small name like NBCC is up about 2.6%. Poonawalla we highlighted. Bajaj Finance we highlighted. Bajaj Finance is building on a little bit more in terms of gains. It's up 3% now, started 2% higher in the green. Vaibhav Global, that's a gems exporter, 4.5% higher on Vaibhav Global. And the stock is up about 4.5% or so. HBL Power is another one which is coming up with about 3.5% gain. Only mentioning some of these smaller names because they're backed with some degree of volumes. So we'll see. KPIT is the top volume traded loser on the downside. It's down 4.4% now. HCL Tech is at number 2 position. It's down 1.5%. I can see Federal Bank, which is coming up with about a 2.25% cut. Federal Bank at about 130. PNB Housing is seeing a large cut. I don't know if I'm seeing this correctly on my screen. But it is coming. It's showing up as at about 466 or so on PNB Housing. Yeah, that's down 13-14% or so. We'll have that more on that in just a bit from now. Adani Green is flattish. Hindalco is down 1%. Some of these names, of course, we've highlighted, and there are more Adani Group stocks on the downside than on the upside. Once again this morning, 55 on the Nifty though. I think the big movers for now are PNB Housing and KPIT, both on the downside. So Sonia, the Bajaj Auto numbers are out, right?
Yeah, I just want to make a quick mention on that because the numbers are not looking great. So it's a fall of 2% year on year at a time when most of its peers saw growth. I mean, Hero saw 15% growth, but that's also because Hero is largely present in the domestic market, which is doing well. For Bajaj, the drag once again is on exports. So it's almost a 40% fall that Bajaj Auto has seen in the export numbers this time at 1.05 lakhs. Domestic numbers are good, 47% growth in the month of March, but export numbers are what's not looking good. And just to compare it to what we saw last month, in the month of February, the export numbers were 1.26 lakhs. It's fallen further month on month and year on year. So there is no recovery, despite the management assuring, viewers and retail investors that things are on the mend. The numbers are not showing that.
All right, just one point, Prashant, on PNB Housing. It's actually gone ex-rights issue today.
Has to be.
So that's the reason that the stock is down close to 13%. Just want to alert our viewers that you'll be wondering why the stock is down so drastically. It's gone ex-rights today. So that's why the stock is down.